All right, a quick touch base on the Windows roadmap also. Windows eSIM configuration for Windows 11. Ivanti Neurons from MDM now supports eSIM configuration for Windows 11 devices, and the customers must obtain a server number URL from their carrier for this. And once the profile is installed, the device connects the carrier URL to activate the eSIM, and customers provide a file with the device details and should check requirements with their carrier. Another capability is about notifying admin when BitLocker key is not saved. So saving the BitLocker key via MDM is supported, but external issues can prevent successful saving. So previously, admins had no visibility if a key was missing. Now, with the Ivanti and NMDM will now notify admins to the console in the console if it detects that the BitLocker key hasn't been saved. So those are the capabilities on the neurons for MDM. And let's also talk about what are the new capabilities on the iOS and macOS on the on-prem EPMM. So starting with iOS improvements, new option to preserve the data plan during the device wipe operations. So basically the preserve data plan checkbox is now enabled by default to avoid any accidental loss of cellular plans. And same as the neurons for MDM, we have a network relays, FQDNS keys. So as I mentioned earlier, Apple improved handling of FQDNS for better security between devices and network relays. It basically simplifies configuration and improves integration with enterprise networks and VPNs. Then we have the profile for Ethernet authentication for iPads. So iOS 17 introduced 802.1x Ethernet support for iPads. So Ivanti adds configuration support for certificate-based Ethernet authentication on iPads. Then we have software update enforcement to pick latest version. So DDM now allows you to enforce updates to always install the latest OS version automatically. This basically helps organizations keep devices current with controlling update timing and user experience. It fully automates a software update lifecycle. So I think this is one of the key capability as well that can be leveraged ASAP. Then ability to run macOS scripts without the Mac agent. So Apple DDM or the device declarative management now allows pushing macOS scripts without needing an agent or a client. This is supported for macOS 15 plus. So new scripts tab lets admin upload or write scripts and distribute them via configurations. Enhancements include adding roles for script management and renaming scripts in the backend. So to highlight that earlier we do have dependency on having a Mac agent to deploy the scripts on the device, but currently that's not a dependency anymore. So without having an agent, you can still continue to use the scripts, pushing the scripts onto the devices. All right, also touch basing on the mobile at work, the client on the on-prem, relocation of the notifications tab, where we are moving the notifications tab on the top right corner, and simplified enrollment flow for end users. So what does this mean is Apple's changes require users to manually download profiles during registration. So previously users had to switch to Safari for download instructions. Now Ivanti Go shows these instructions directly in the app, simplifying the process for the end users. So there is no switching between the Safari browser and switching back to the app. It's all completely embedded into the app. Again, the auto launch of Ivanti Go at registration via automatic device enrollment. This is again as equally important both on-prem and on cloud, where we would want the users to be able to leverage the auto launch of the app, which resolves a number of problems in terms of compliance. So basically, as you all know, that Ivanti Go and Ivanti Mobile at Work requires the app to be launched at least once. So again, Apple does not allow MDM to auto launch apps. So we did come up with a solution where you can still use a single app mode during the automatic device enrollment to automatically launch Ivanti Go. So once its registration is completed, single app mode is removed and the device is ready for the user. So it all happens in split seconds. All right. So that's on the overall Apple and macOS, both on-prem and on cloud.